Pearl wasn't just a woman. She was a fever dream of obsession. Her one burning ambition to become a dancer. Day in and day out, she'd lose herself in dance right there on the farm, with only the livestock as her silent audience. But even in that solitude, her passion for the dream burned brighter than the midday sun. Her mother, however, was a storm cloud to her sunshine, refusing to support her passion. She was practically a prisoner on her own farm, forbidden from even setting foot in town. Adding to the weight on her young shoulders, Pearl's father was paralyzed, a silent, bedridden fixture in their oppressive home. But one day, a crack of light appeared. Her mother sent her into town for medicine. Once there, Pearl was drawn like a moth to a flame to the local cinema. In an era before words graced the screen, silent films were king. As she watched the actors move with an almost otherworldly grace, twirling and gliding across the silver screen, Pearl's eyes filled with a desperate, hungry yearning. The film didn't just entertain her, it bewitched her, leaving an ache in her soul for a life she could only imagine. Stepping out of the theater, still lost in the movie's spell, she caught the eye of the projectionist. He saw it all in a single glance. The raw, star-struck innocence and a deep, gnawing hunger for something more. An idea began to form in his mind. He approached her, his words a gentle intrusion into her daydream. Though every fiber of her being screamed to stay and talk with him, the specter of her tyrannical mother loomed large, forcing her to refuse his advances again and again. Sensing the depth of her infatuation with the magic of cinema, he did something unexpected. Before they parted, he snipped off a small piece of the film reel and pressed it into her hand, a tiny fragment of the dream she craved. On the lonely road home, a sudden gust of wind ripped the precious film strip from her grasp. She scrambled after it, chasing it into a sprawling cornfield. There, looming before her, stood a scarecrow. In that instant, a wild, audacious thought seized Pearl's mind. Without a second's hesitation, she tore the scarecrow from its post, and then she began to dance with it, a waltz fueled by a love that was both passionate and dangerously delusional. But when she opened her eyes, the fantasy shattered. The scarecrow wasn't her partner. It was a monster, letting out a sudden, terrifying roar of rage.